Good morning all. In the previous class, we just completed about invoice processing of vendor invoices, and also we have completed the payments to vendor manually. Okay, so we have some steps for automatic payment also. So today we are going to understand that automatic payment program. So here is a T code F-53 which is used for manual payment. So any open items in vendor master, if you want to clear it, and in real time in the real time support project, so we will be getting more tickets on the automatic payment program than manual program or manual payment, because this is the straightforward transaction code. Okay, directly the end users will enter this T code, and this will be used by end users only in the case of urgent payment. Okay, if anything is urgently required for the clearing, they use this transaction code. Okay, one second. And this is possible only with only one vendor. Like we can clear the payment of vendor only one vendor at a time. But whereas in automatic payment program, we can clear n number of vendors in one execution. Okay, so in order to execute this payment run for the multiple vendors, we need to do a lot of configuration. So there is one common transaction code which is FBZP. So if you do the configuration in this transaction code, so entire payment run can be possible. So here we have 6 steps. So when you go to this transaction code, so we have several steps here. So let me add that. So here you can see, just go to this transaction code and we can do the configuration. So let me log into SAP. Okay, go to FBZP. Here, excuse me. So here we have all company codes, paying company codes, payment method in country, payment method in company code, bank determination, house bank. So before configuration of this T code also, there is one step we have to complete that will be done by the banking team. Okay, so banking team means again that's also a configuration which will be done in the SAP FI banking team. So what is that? Their job is we have to create a house bank. So what do you mean by house bank? So house bank is nothing but complete information about your bank. Okay, so in our company we have HDFC Bank, correct? So for HDFC Bank, we have to update all the information about your bank, like your bank IFSC code, your bank account number, your bank name, your bank address. So everything will be updated in the house bank, and then that house bank will be assigned over here in this transaction code. So yeah, this house bank we can also create from this T code also. By click on this house bank, it will navigate to the same transaction code where we can create a house bank. This is the T code FI12, or you can directly open another screen and we can create a house bank by going to the T code FI12. So here is the same T code. It will navigate from here. If you click on this, it will navigate to this T code. So here you have to enter your company code, in which company code you want to create house bank. So this is my company code, so I am entering here my company code and click on enter. Okay, so once you click on enter, here you will get a new entry, and here we get a bank account detail adding. So first of all we have to create a house bank. So how to create it? Just click on the new entry. So when you click on the new entry, it will ask you to enter certain information. So house bank name. So in our company, so we are using HDFC Bank, or which bank, which bank account we have. Let me check in FS00 where we created GL account, right? So we'll just check it. So we have ICICI Bank, not HDFC. So we can use this ICICI Bank as a house bank or house bank configuration. Just copy this name ICICI. Okay, here we have very less space, so you can enter it like this ICICI, or if the name is short HDFC, then you can enter it anything. Okay, the shortcut here it will only possible to enter 1 2 3 4 5, only 5 digits we can enter here. Okay, only shortcut. HDFC Bank, if it is there, then HDFC B we can enter. SBI Bank is there, then SBI B we can enter. So anything which is easily identifiable for you. Okay, so here in our case ICICI Bank is there, so I will enter ICICI Bank. So only 5 digit here. Then here we can enter the country or the bank country. So this bank is belongs to India, so I am entering here as IN. Just put a IN and then you click on uh, just click on this bank key. So bank key is nothing but your IFSC code. Okay, so ICICI Bank has got some IFSC code, so I will enter here like ICICI 0000123, anything. It's up to you, whatever the bank you have, so that bank will have some code, so that code we have to enter here and then click on create. So when you click on the create, so it means that what happens, whatever the number you enter here, bank key, so that bank key is going to, or the bank data is going to create now. Okay, so here you have to enter the bank name. Okay, so my bank name is ICICI Bank, and here you can enter the, yeah, you can enter the branch name of the bank name of the, or you can say branch name of the bank also. Okay, let's say ICICI Bank, we have Tilakwadi branch. You can enter it like this also. And here we have to enter the address of the bank. So region means nothing but state code. So we have Karnataka. So here we have to enter the Karnataka state. Then street, we have to enter the like any street address or whatever the complete address of that bank. So let's say here RPD cross, anything I am just entering here randomly. And here it is city Belgaum, and branch code, branch name you can enter as Tilakwadi branch. Okay, then zip code and all, it is not required, so you can leave it as it is, or you can enter the main bank name also, it will work. Okay, then click on this continue, and here the data is added for this particular house bank like the bank key is created now. And then if you want to see the address, just click on this address button. So here you can able to see that. If you want to edit something, then you can click on the change button, so it will edit. Okay, now after completing this all the main basic data of the bank master data, click on this bank account. So we have to link our GL account to this particular bank. Okay, so double click on this and click on the new entry, and here you can enter the account ID. The same thing we can enter here, and you can enter the description like ICICI Bank house bank. Okay, and then here you need to enter the bank account number. So you may have the bank account number, right? Your account is there with ICICI Bank, so they will give you some bank account number, correct? So we will enter that account number, so any number here, so whatever is given by your bank. Okay, then here we have to enter the GL account. Okay, so what is the GL account? In order to link this bank with your GL module, we have to enter the GL account number. So here we have to enter. So what is the GL account? So here is my GL account. Just copy this ICICI Bank account and enter here. And then in which currency you are going to do the transaction, currency INR. So enter the currency INR and then save it and continue. So do you want to transport the IBAN also? Then yes, you can say yes. You have to see, in every time whenever your implementation or any new house bank you are adding, so you have to separately create a transport request. Okay, because this is the critical data, this is very important data. So if any misses happen, then it will be a problem. That's why you have to store it in a separate transport request. So click on the create and you can enter here as ICICI Bank house bank. Okay, enter and continue. So you can store that transport request also separately, and at the time of data migration from development to quality or development to production, so we will be separately moving that transport request. Okay, so we have successfully configured the house bank for our company code S001 and house bank is ICICI. Okay, So now let's go back once again, and now you go back to the other T code where we used to where we were creating the automatic payment program. So in this step we have to enter all of these steps one by one. Okay, so first step is all company code. Let me write it in my Excel sheet so that it will be easier for you. So let me keep it right side here, and the left side is my SAP. Okay, so here we will enter the step number one is all company codes. Okay, the second step is paying company code. Third one is payment method in country. So it is nothing but each and every country wise the payment methods are created in SAP. And for now the next step is payment method in company code. Company code. The last step is bank determination. And the next step is the house bank is already created, but yeah, as a step you can put it here, house bank. Okay, now let us configure this all the step one by one. The first step is uh, all company codes. So here you have to enter your company code, what for which company code you want to implement the automatic payment program. So click on the all company codes and click on the new entry, and here you have to enter your company code. So my company code is S001, and here we have sending company code. So whatever the data you want to make a payment for which company code, you have to enter that. So my company code is S001, so you can enter it here. Paying company code, from which company code you want to pay, that's the same company code, so you can enter it here, S001. Then we have some options here like separate payment per business area, payment method supplement, we'll understand later on, so which are little bit advanced level. So here we have some cash discount tolerance. Yeah, whenever you want to execute payment run, and if you want to give some cash discount also, then here we have some options. Tolerance days for payable, like if at all you want to make some 2 days, 3 days, 5 days of tolerance days, like you want to wait and we can make the payment, then you can put some days also. Then here we have cash discount, outgoing payment with cash discount from, so you can enter percentage also. So how much percentage you want to allow to make the cash discount while executing the payment. So will this one we can understand later on also. The maximum discount, if you want to select, then whatever the discount we have selected in our configuration in the employee cash discount tolerance or employee tolerance, so as per that it will consider here. Okay, then here we have vendors and customers for special GL transactions to be paid. Like after this configuration we are going to make one more topic we have, which is down payment to vendor. So down payment is nothing but advance payment to vendor. So we have a separate topic. So here we can see advance payment to vendor. So if you want to make the advance payment to vendor through automatic payment program also, then we have to enter here the down payment indicator or special GL indicators. Okay, so we have some special GL indicators in SAP, like A, which is nothing but advance payment, F is nothing but your payment request. Yeah, we will understand that later on. Okay, so right now I'm going to enter here for vendor. Even we can do it for customers, but right now we can ignore it. Okay, so this is only entry we can do it in the first step. Just click on save and put it in your transport request as continue, and your first step is done. Okay, so I will just mark it here some color coding. The first step is done, so I will mark it as green. The second step is paying company. So I have to go back and we have to click on the new entry for the second one. Just click on this paying company code and click on the new entry and enter your paying company code. So my company code is S001, and yeah, here we have to select some settings or some control. Okay, so here what the control is: minimum amount for incoming payment, minimum amount for outgoing payment. So it means that, so if at all you are making a payments to vendor, then how much you want to, like you are to make the payment through F110 or automatic payment program, then what is the minimum amount you want to consider? Okay, so sometimes what happens, your vendor open items is having only 1 rupees or 0.5 paise. So in that case, system will not consider that document for the automatic payment program. So whatever the amount you enter here, so based on that, the system will consider the how much amount you want to make the payment. If you mention here as 1 rupees, then any document in SAP, one of the open item in the vendor, if it is less than 1 rupees, then system will not make the payment for that document. Okay, same thing goes for outgoing and incoming. So incoming also I want to consider as 1 rupees. So here consider currency is coming IHZR, just don't worry about that, just enter. When you click on enter, then company code currency will come automatically. Okay, so next we have is some options are available here. No exchange rate difference, separate payment for each reference, and bills of exchange, direct debit. So various conditions are here. So yeah, these are required based on the client requirement. So let's say for example no exchange rate difference. No, it means whenever you do not want to consider the payment rate exchange difference, then you click on this button. Okay, separate payment for each reference means, so in SAP if at all you have multiple line item, okay, let me show one of the FBL1N. If you see, if I execute, see we have one invoice, and if we have 10 invoice, then the system will create a separate payment document for each and every reference. Okay, if you have 10 invoices, then 10 payment document will generate. Okay, so like that we have some conditions over here. You can do it later on whenever you want to check such kind of testing. Okay, so in this step we only enter company code and we enter this minimum amount for outgoing and minimum amount for incoming. Okay, and then here we have some forms. So here these forms, again this is related to this is for some payment advice generating purpose we have here. So once the payment run is executed, then the company wants to send some payment advice to vendors, like whatever the invoices we have in open item and whatever the reference number we have entered, like this is my invoice number. Okay, like this we have entered in the reference field or the invoice number field at the time of invoice posting. So with this reference the system will generate the payment advice. Like what is that advice will content is, we have made a payment of your invoice number 5854 something, this number will be entered, and with the amount of 90,000 with the document date of this, so everything will be available in the system. Okay, so that all the data will update because of this form. So whatever the forms you enter here, so based on this form the system will generate the payment advice. So in SAP we have some standard forms are available. If you go to F4, so here we have each and every country wise the payment advice are available. So you can select this all the payment advice. Okay, but if you want to create your own, okay, like because sometime what happens in SAP standard there is no proper wordings or there is no proper naming convention available. So in that case, or maybe sometimes our company's logo will not be there. So if you want to do your own logo or your own payment advice letter, then you have to take a help of your ABAPers. Okay, you have to create one functional specification document and you have to send it to the ABAPers, and ABAPer will create a form for you and that form will be assigned over here. Okay, after that it will work according to your requirement. So whatever the functional specification document you have prepared, so according to that it will work. So you need to do the testing. As a testing, again unit testing, so lot of testing activities we have, so you have to perform the testing. So every time whenever you do any configuration or any changes, you have to do the test. So same thing here also, if your new payment advice form is created, then you have to assign it over here and you have to do the testing. So right now we have some standard SAP provided standard payment advice is available. So I am going to assign the same payment advice. So I have already created for my company code, so I am going to assign it for my company code. So my existing company code is this H001, and here I have assigned it F110 underscore D underscore AVIS. The same thing I am going to assign it over here. Okay, so this is SAP provided standard form. Okay, and here we have some sender information. Okay, I'm sorry, this is not mandatory right now. If you click on this, then this will become mandatory field. So here we will enter letter, header, footer. So if at all your text, your whatever the document is getting generated, so what is the header you want, what is the footer you want, what is the signature text, what is the sender, so everything will come out available here. So right now we will not enter this, we have to keep it blank. Okay, let me say no. If I go back, then this is a mandatory right now, so it will not allow to go, it will not allow to save for me. So let me cancel this and just redo this activity again. So click on the new entry again and enter your company code, enter your minimum for outgoing, and here you enter the form. Okay, let me go back all the way. FBZP, again I will come to this record and click on paying company code and enter this details. Okay, so only enter this two information like minimum amount for incoming, minimum amount for outgoing, and this forms. Okay, save it and continue. Okay, this is our second step is completed. Okay, now let me go back, and the third step is payment methods in country. So SAP has provided some standard payment methods in SAP. Now what is the meaning of payment method is, it is nothing but it's a mode of payment to vendor. Okay, like how are you going to make the payment to vendor? Okay, like we have several payment methods. Okay, like we will be having payment methods like cash payment. Okay, so for cash payment we don't create anything because directly we are paying the cash. Okay, but if it is check, then we have to create the payment method check. Okay, so it is a 2-digit or 1-digit code in SAP we are going to create. So if you want to make the payment via NEFT or RTGS or IMPS or wire transfer or EDI, there are various options are available in SAP. So that is nothing but payment method. So in SAP by default some standard payment methods by SAP is given. So if you click on this payment methods in country, just click on that. Here for India country we have C payment method and T payment method is already available. But if you want to create one more payment method for your country, then click on new entry and you can enter all the information here. Okay, so for which country, what is the payment method, what is the description of that. Okay, like let's say IMPS, you want to create for IMPS, then you can enter that IMPS for India. Okay, so payment method you can mention as I. Okay, here country code, here yeah, this is for outgoing or is it for incoming, so we have to define it here. Okay, then is it a bank transfer or is it a check or is it a bills of exchange, or what kind of payment method it is, we have to classify it. Okay, if it is check payment method, then we have to select check. If it is wire payment or bank to bank transfer, then we have to select this. Then we have some options like here required master record specification. So if you select this and this, then what happens, the system will make these two fields as a mandatory field whenever you are trying to make payment execution with the payment method whatever you enter here. In the, if you let's say here it is I payment method and this is for country India, let us create this. So here I am going to enter IMPS for India. Okay, same description in the long text also. Here it is outgoing, yeah, I want to use it for outgoing payment, so let it be select here. And this is for only bank to bank transfer, and here I want, whenever I want to use payment method I, then system will check whether the bank account details is updated or not, whether the street address is updated or not. If this any of these two details are not entered, then the system will system will show some error. It will not, the payment run will not work, the payment run will fail. Okay, if these details are not entered, we will understand that more information about the payment run time, how and what are the errors we will get it at the time of payment execution. Okay, so right now you understand only the payment method we are going to create for country India with this all the information. Okay, then we have here uh, use classic payment method medium program. So if at all you want to generate the payment run for your payment for your payment method if you want to generate the checks, then here we have some standard program, so we have to enter that program here. But if you want to use it for if you want to use it this program, or sometime what happens, the as soon as the payment run is complete, the payment will go to vendor automatically, okay, to the vendor's bank account. How that is possible? That is possible because of the program, which is customized program. So in real time your customized program will be developed by ABAPers, and that program will be assigned over here. But in SAP we have some standard programs, okay, to generate the checks. Okay, so what is that standard program? IFFOUS, some programs are there. Let me go back and I will show you that. So if you go to this payment method, see here we have some standard program for generating the checks. So enter this. So right now we do not have the ABAPers right now, so I cannot create a separate custom program. So we will use the standard program, or standard you can say program for generating the check. So enter this to also database and click on save. Specify both document types. Okay, so one more option is, yeah, this is all about the details. Now here posting detail. So whenever you want to execute the payment run, then system will consider a separate payment document type. Okay, let me go back and I will select all items and execute. See, in our yesterday's class, what we did, we executed the payment run payment for vendor ITC Infotech through F-53. Okay, we have executed manually. The system was considering the payment document type as KZ, correct? So this payment document type is KZ for manual payment. But if you want to identify through automatic payment program what is the payment document type you want to use, so here we have to enter that. So document type for the payment, you have to separately enter the payment document type. So here we have a ZP as a document type, which is payment posting purpose. We have a separate document type which is ZP for uh, posting the payment document, just like here the KZ document type we had, right, when it is manual payment. But same way, when it is automatic payment program, system will consider the payment document type from this particular setting. So here we are going to enter the document type for the payment or automatic payment program. Here clearing document type, if at all you want to reverse this payment document, then in which document system will consider the reversal document is, so it will consider as ZA. Let me check it once here, ZV. Okay, so enter this ZV document type and continue. Okay, so once you enter all of this, click on save and continue. So your new payment method for your country India is created. And now go back again. See here for this country India, right now we have three payment methods available. One is C, check payment method, IMPS, T, it's a bank transfer. So based on these settings, whatever we have entered or we have done, so according to that the system will behave. Okay, now let us go back, and now we can go with the payment methods in company code. See, whatever the payment method we created at the country level, that has to be extended to your company code. So how to extend? Just click on this payment method in company code and click on new entry. As of now, if you go to position and if you find that S001, we do not have anything. Okay, just click on the new entry and enter the your company code S001 and I want to extend the payment method I for your company code. This is only I payment method will be available for your company code S001 as of now. But if you want to add the remaining two also, we have totally three payment methods, right, for India. But now I want to extend for payment method I for my company code S001. So yeah, it will work according to this. You want to also extend C payment method also, then yes, you can come to this decode again and you can do the same steps again. So let us continue. So here also we have minimum amount. So how much you want to make it minimum amount? 1 rupees. The maximum amount, how much you want to make the payment run for the maximum amount for the payment method I for your company code S001. So I can enter here like n number of like very large number of amount, enter. So here it is, just remove some numbers. Yeah, the maximum amount allowed in my payment method I for the company code S001 is this much. Okay, then distribution amount, you can ignore that, no need to enter. So here we have some conditions related to foreign currency. So when we do the foreign currency payment, I want to show you some errors and then we will do this particular settings. Okay, then click on this form data again. So enter the same format here also. Let me go back and copy that form. I want to check for the company code H001. See, for this company code, only C payment method is allowed. Okay, but for S001, I want to allow for I payment method. Okay, so same thing, copy this and enter. This is for again payment advice generating purpose. Just enter this all the information and click on save. Continue. So we have successfully completed or we have successfully extended our payment method for your company code S001. But yeah, if also want to add payment method C for your company code, then yes, it is possible. Just click on new entry and enter your company code S001 and enter your payment method C, which is available for India. So if you go to F4, see, only we have three options. Why we have three options? Because this company code is belongs to India, and for that country, India country, we have only three payment methods. That's why I can able to see payment method C, I and T. So now I want to extend C payment method also, so I will select C. Then enter here minimum amount, maximum amount. So for this payment method C, I want to allow minimum amount is, let's say, 1000 rupees. So anything beyond or anything below 1000 or below 100, the system will not allow to make the payment. We will see that such kind of errors also. So maximum amount, I want to allow more number of amounts, so I will put there the maximum numbers. Okay, then go to payment like form data and enter the same thing here also, because this is a standard available in SAP. Okay, then click on save. So we have successfully extended the payment method C and I for your company code S001. So this is all the things will be done by the consultants only during the implementation, or even after implementation also. Let's say now initially the company wants to use payment method C and I only, but later on they want to implement for some new payment method. Okay, like let's say NEFT also they want to implement. Then what we have to do, we have to first create that payment method to country as a NEFT, and then that has to be extended to your company code. Got it? Next step is, after completing this 4 step, now we will go to this bank determination. So in order to do this bank determination, we must have house bank configuration completed. So right now we have already completed that house bank before only in the T code FI12. Now we can go ahead and create the bank determination. So click on this bank determination and click on position and find your company code. So my company code is S001. Select this company code and click on this all the steps one by one. So first step is ranking order. So click on that ranking order and click on the new entry, and here you will need to enter the payment method. Now whatever the payment methods we have extended to your company code, now we have implemented C and I. So you have to enter here payment method I, and you have to enter the currency INR, and here ranking order 1. Now what is the use of this ranking order is, now let's say if you have two banks, okay, one is your ICICI bank and the second one is, let's say, HDFC bank. Okay, so in your company, if the payment to vendors will be priority on the first bank, which is ICICI or HDFC, so from which bank account you want to make the payment first, the first priority, it will be, let's say, ICICI. So we have house bank created, right, for ICICI. So here we have to select the house bank. But if at all you also have one more bank account, let's say ICICI HDFC bank, okay, so if you want to make a second priority for HDFC bank, then if the amount is not available in this bank, okay, in this bank whatever the amount we mention, let's say 1 crore rupees is available, but I want to make the payment for 1 crore 10 lakh rupees, but the amount is not sufficient to make the payment. In that case, what the system will do, if you add one more payment, like the same payment method here with the same currency with the ranking order number 2, and here we will enter the second house bank. Now system, what happens in this case, system what will do is, system will check the amount available in this company, in this house bank. If it is insufficient, then it will go for the second ranking order. It will try to check for second house bank. Okay, so yeah, one more example is, let's say here, as I told, you have the amount in this ICICI bank, let's say 1 crore, but you are trying to make the payment for 1 crore 10 lakh. So if the amount in the second house bank, if it is having 2 crores balance, then the system will try to make the payment from second house bank, which is second ranking order. Got it? So right now we have only one bank in our company, so I don't need to enter the second one. So in this case, what happens, the system will fail if the amount is insufficient. Like now I am going to make the payment for 1 crore 10 lakh, but system for the ICICI bank, it does not have sufficient fund, it has only 1 crore, then the system will fail to make the payment. Okay, you guys will try to do that kind of scenario testing, we will understand that also. Okay, so this is my first step is completed. Now the second step is bank account. So double click on this bank accounts, and here we need to enter the house bank, payment method, currency, account ID, and GL account, right? All those things we have to enter here. Just click on the new entry and enter your house bank. So what is our house bank? See, we have only one house bank in our company, so one by default will come here as 1. If you go to F4, see what is the payment methods we have in our company codes. We have C and we have I. So I am doing a configuration for I, so I will enter here I. So currency, you can enter INR. Account ID, you can find this in the list. So we have account ID is ICICI bank. Then account number, here we need to enter the bank account number. So whatever the bank account we have in our SAP, like here, let me go and find it. Just go to F4 also, and see for my company code ICICI bank account we have to select. So this is my bank account, so double click on this and enter. So this step is done. Next one is available amount. So for this particular house bank, for this particular payment method, for this particular company code, I am going to enter some available amount. So how much amount is there in my bank? We have to enter it. So click on new entry and enter the house bank. Just go to F4, select the same your house bank. Go to F4, select your account ID. Days you can ignore, currency INR. How much amount is there for outgoing payment, and you have to also enter incoming payment. So you need to enter this as per your bank balance. So how much balance you have in your bank account, you have to enter. So let's say you have bank account as 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so this available balance is for outgoing payment. The same thing I'm going to update in incoming payment also. Okay, enter, and now save it. Click on continue. So these three are the important point: ranking order, bank accounts, available amount. So these three things we have to do the setting. So after completing this all the settings, Now the end user part will start. So this is all about the configurations. We have to do it at the time of configuration. So we have done with all company code, we have done paying company code, we have done the payment method in country, payment method in company code, bank determination, house bank is already done. Okay, so I'll mark it as a green color. The next step is we have to assign this payment method, whatever the payment method we have created. So my payment method I is created, so that payment method has to be updated to your vendor master. Okay, so we have hundreds of vendors. If all the hundreds of vendors, I want to make the payment to all the vendors through payment method I, then you have to assign that payment method to your vendor master. Okay, so how do we assign that? So we can go to the transaction code xk01. So let me add it here. So the next step is we have to assign payment method to vendor master data. Okay, so how do we assign that? So the transaction code is xk02 or xk01 also. So while creating the vendor master also we can assign, and in edit mode also we can assign. Okay, so let us go to this T code xk02 and we can assign the payment method. So right now we have only one vendor. How many vendors are available in our company code? Let me check. Enter. See, here we have around 5 vendors are there, but at a time is it possible to make the assign the payment method to all the vendors at a time? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So that is possible with the help of mass vendor master change, okay, or mass change. So the transaction code for that is xk99. When you go to xk99, so here is the T code where we can assign the payment method to all the vendors at a time. Okay, so how do we do that? This is the T code xk99. So here you have to select. So payment method will come in which master data? It will come in the vendor master company code. Okay, select this one and go to fields. Okay, and here you have to find what field you want to update. See, this is possible through xk0 xk99. So anything you want to update for all the or multiple vendors, then yeah, you have to go to this T code xk99 and select the table, like which field, which table you want to update and what field you want to update. So in my case I want to update payment method, so just go here and click on find, enter here payment method and select this line, click on execute. Just ignore this, click on this, do not display this warning again, continue. Now here you need to enter the vendor number, like what are the vendors we have. Okay, in our company code you just go here, find it, just sort it from 1 to 100, select this first one and go to the 2. Here also we will enter from and to. So here also do the same thing, sort it. So here the last number we can enter and enter your company code. My company code is S001 and click on here also. Yeah, this is for change, this is for created. Okay, so I'm going to change it, so I am entering here. If you want to create any new data, if it is not available, same thing we can enter it here also. So enter. If it is missing anything, then it will create. So my company code is S001. Okay, then click on this execute. See here, these all are the vendors available in your company. Okay, so S001 company code. See, these all are the vendors available. Okay, see now initially, see payment new values, here it is finding. So initially here you can see the payment method is blank. Okay, see for all of these vendors the payment method is blank, correct. So the new payment method or new entry, new field we are going to enter is I. So enter here I and click on this carry out mass change. So when you click on that, see all the vendors has got updated to I. Okay, then click on save. Do not display this warning again and continue. So it will take few seconds. Okay, so there is something issue. See, what is this? Fill all the required fields LFB1 HA count. So it means somebody has created the vendor, but they have forgot to update this account. Mean the recon account. So might be that's the reason here it is showing some error. But if you go little down, okay, so there are some vendors which are in good also. Like changes have been made for this vendor, like whatever we have created the vendors, for those vendors it is successfully updated. Okay, if you go to this vendor, this all the vendors, it got updated the payment method I. If you go back and if you check your vendor master, I will show you xk03, and let's say this is also one of the vendor. So I want to show you the payment method. So enter. See here, the payment method I is updated. So I did not update this, so automatically it is updated because of that T code xk99. Okay, if you want to see some other vendors, here also we have updated the payment method for, let's say, this one also. See here also we have I update. So like this the system is updated the payment method for all the vendors through xk99. So once we assign this payment method, now we will execute the payment run with the transaction code F110. So here is the T code F110. So whenever you want to execute the payment run, you have to make sure the system will check certain conditions. Okay, what are those conditions? So here are the conditions the system will check before you make the payment run. So what is that condition is, see, first condition is here below condition should meet to make the automatic payment run. The first condition is there should be at least one open item. See, open item, if it is there, then only the system will try to make the payment. If there is no open item, then system will not execute. The system will fail the payment run. I will tell you how it is fail and how it is the successful. So how do we check whether the open items are there or not for this company code? So here is the T code SC16N, and we can use this BSIK table. Okay, so which is nothing but open item. Okay, as I told in the previous class also, there are some tables which are index tables. For vendors it is BSIK, for customer it is BSID, and for GL it is BS IS. So enter your company code and execute. See, there are three invoices open for three different vendors. So one is with this, one is this with, second last one is this. So three vendors, we have three invoices. Okay, so let us now move on to the next condition. So the next condition here is, this is about there should be at least one invoice due. So it means whatever the open items are there in this particular T code, or let's say here in this vendor, we have three invoices. Are those invoices are due for today? If it is due, then only the system will make the payment. If it is not due, then how does system will make? It will not make. So unless and until the documents are due, the system will not make the payment. If it is not due, the payment run will fail for that particular vendor. If it is overdue or if it is due for today, it will work. But if it is not due, then system will not make the payment. It's obviously right. If the document is not due, we will also not make the payment. But yesterday for testing purpose, even though the payment was not due, we cleared it. Manually it is possible, but in automatic payment program it is not possible. It will fail. The system will not work for the payment if the documents are not due. Okay, that is also one condition. Now where do we check that? So we can go and check in the vendor line item FBL1N. So yeah, here in our case, see, there are three vendors. Just copy these vendors and go to FBL1N and enter all the vendors here, execute, and select the open item and execute. So here the first vendor 100932, see, here is the symbol, it is not due. It means the payment will not possible for this vendor. The payment run will fail for this vendor. If you come little down, see, the second vendor also same 300627. Here also there is no due, not due. If you come little down, see, for this vendor 50010, the payment is possible because it is overdue. the amount is 1 lakh, 5 lakh. Okay, but still I will tell you what is the reason if it is fails. Okay, so yeah, for this vendor the system will make the payment. See, in this many of vendor list, so there is at least one due invoice is there, correct? So in this case the system will make the payment run successfully for the vendors which are having successful data. So in this case the open item is also there and the documents also due for one vendor at least. Okay, the next step is payment methods should be available in master data, vendor master data, or at least document level. So yeah, in this case we already updated the payment methods for all our vendors. So this is also check mark is done. Okay, next is vendor master should not be blocked. So if any vendor is blocked, then does it the system make the payment? No. Why? Because there is a purpose. I want to block the vendor means there is a purpose, right? I do not want to make the payment. That's the reason I have blocked. So that's the reason the payment run also will not be possible. If it is blocked, then system will fail. The system will fail the execution. So yeah, in our vendors, let me go and check the vendors quickly whether we have XK05 is the T code and this is one of the vendor. Okay, let me check the other vendor. So in this case the vendor number 50010, so which is having line item data properly, so this vendor is not blocked. Okay, even the other vendor also not blocked, we have not blocked also, we have unblocked, so this condition also met. The last step is all the configurations must be completed. If you want to execute this F110, then your FBZP configuration must be completed. So we have just completed the payment method and all the remaining configurations also successfully completed. So I'll just mark this also, and next is we will execute the payment run. So when you execute the payment run, what will be the journal entry will be posted? So here vendor account debit and your bank account will be credited. Same in manual also, in automatic payment run also same journal entry will get posted. Okay, so now let us execute the payment run. I will take another 10 minutes guys and then we'll stop it. Is it okay? Okay, so go to this transaction code F110 and you can go ahead and execute the payment run. So when you come to this T code F110, here you need to enter the run date and identification and certain parameter and certain information. So run date means what? So when you are executing the payment run. So in real time, the end users, they will be executing the payment run once in a week or once in a, there are certain specific timelines are available. Okay, some companies they will run the payment run once in a week, or they will run the payment run once in a every 5 days. Okay, like now today is what, 8, so the next payment run due is on 10th. Every 5 days they will execute. Now first execution was done on let's say 5th of August, the second run is on 10th of August, third run is on 15th, and fourth one is 20, fifth one is 25, sixth is 30. So again this cycle is goes on. Some companies follow that way, but some companies they will not follow that. They'll follow it on every Friday of the week. Every Friday they will execute. It depends on company, but right now this is an educational system. I can run it anytime. So today I want to run, so enter today's date, and here this is just a identification purpose, anything you can enter it here. Okay, so let me enter here as APP01 and enter. Okay, in one day with same combination we can only run once a day. Okay, see date is this and the identification is this, then we cannot enter the same thing once again if you are executing second time. Okay, I will tell you what happens when you are repeating the same data again. Okay, now enter these two data and go to parameter. Initially the status tab is showing as no parameters entered as yet, but when you enter this, go to parameters tab. Here you need to enter the detailed information. So when you are executing, this is the end user job. Okay, up to this whatever we have done, so these all are the consultant job. Assignment of the payment method is the end user job. while creating the vendor master, they will assign the payment method. For which payment method the vendor, like we are going to make the payment to vendor, so we will assign it. End users will assign it. But up to these steps, the consultants will do it. Okay. Now, this is the F110 execution is the end user job. But we should also know this, how the payment run will work and how the failure happens and how we will troubleshoot. So we have to understand that. Okay. Now in this parameter tab, we have posting date, we have documents up to, we have a lot of data we have to fill up. So what is that posting date? So posting date is nothing but once the posting execution is done, the system is going to post some document, like just same like your if you go back to all item and execute. See here we have posted the document, right, yesterday. So here also we have entered the posting date, right? So that similarly in APP execution also the system will enter the system will use the posting date. So this is the date. Okay. Then documents entered up to. So the system is trying to check how many, like you can enter it any date. Okay. I want to make the payment up to yesterday's date only. Then you enter it as up to yesterday's date. Some companies, they do not want to make the payment which are posted in today's date. That's why they may enter this up to yesterday's date or up to 6th date or up to whatever the date the end users they want to make the payment, they can enter. But right now I posted some documents today, so I want to consider up to today's date. Okay, so let it be enter here. Then customer items due by. So here whatever the date documents are due by which date you want to make. I want to make the payment whatever documents are due by today, so I want to make the payment. So enter it here. Next, company code. For which company code you want to run the payment? So I want to run the payment for my company code S001. So is it possible to run the payment for multiple company codes? Yes, it is possible. So just put a comma and you can enter the second company code, comma S00. Like that you can enter multiple company codes and you can execute the payment run at a time. Lakhs of documents can be generated. Lakhs of vendors can be paid in one execution. Got it? So next is here we need to enter the payment method. So what is our payment method? I have created payment method I and I have assigned the payment method I to all of my vendor and I want to run the payment with payment method I. So I will enter here I. Enter the next posting date. So here you have to always remember it should be always greater than today's date or greater than this run date. If it is 8th of August, here you should not enter 8th of August. If you enter 8th of August, now what happens? The system will show error. What is that error? See, next posting date must be greater than or later than current posting date. See, current posting date is this. So here it should be more later than this. So I will enter 9. So that error is gone. Okay. So here vendor numbers. So you have to enter the vendor number from and vendor number to. So what is the logic behind this? So there are some companies, they want to make the payment only for employee vendor or they want to make the payment for only for foreign vendor. Some vendors they want to make the payment for only for local vendor or domestic vendor, government vendor, one-time vendor. So there are many type of vendors in SAP, right? So we have created the vendor account group, correct? At the time of vendor account group, we assign some number range. So for each and every account group, there are some number ranges, correct? So if you enter here the number range based on your requirement. So what is our account group? So here is my account group and here are the number range. If you want to make the payment run for only a 5 vendor, then you can enter this from 1 lakh to 1 lakh 9. I want to run only for vendors, then you enter this and this. I want to make the payment for foreign vendors, then you enter this. So up to you. So how you want to run the payment, so you can enter the number range from and to. But right now I want to run this for all the vendors, so you can enter it 1 2 9 9 9 9 9. Got it? So whatever the vendors are available in SAP for this company code, and if those vendors are meeting all the conditions, then the system will make the payment. Okay, so this is our parameter tab. Then we have another tab like free selection. So in this case, if you want to do some conditions like some control, or let's say I want to only execute for some documents, then we have some options here. Field name, or I want to exclude some vendors, or I want to exclude some countries, I want to exclude for some city, I want to exclude for some you can say dates, posting date. So you can control that by going to this option. Go to this F4 and we have some options here. I want to exclude some document, then you continue here and put the document value here. Okay, I want to exclude or include also. You want to run it only for that particular document, then that is also possible. You do not tick this, only you select that document and you put the document number and you can execute. But I don't want to do any certain conditions right now. I will not enter anything. You can just continue. Go to additional log. So here if you select this all the option, now system will not allow. Only you either you enter this any of the three only. The first one, last one is okay, but second one and third one is optional. You have to enter any one. Okay, so I would like to select the third one, or I would like to select the second one, and I can continue. See, now I am allowing to select only. What is the use of this? The system will generate the log from the backend. If you do not select this, then it will not generate any log. What is the use of that log? So by using that log, we can easily analyze what is the failure. If at all the failure happens for this execution, then you can easily analyze why it is failed. What is the reason for failure? You can easily analyze by selecting these options. Okay, so you can enter the same vendor number like from 1 to 999999, whatever the number you want you can enter. Okay, then we will have a payment like in order to generate the check, you have to enter the variant here. So you have to enter some, we have to create some variant. So in order to create a variant, you need to enter here something like ICICI bank, and you can, or you can put it just for your identification. I will enter here as S001 and then click on maintain variants, and this variant is for all, or you want this variant is for specific. You can select it all and you can continue. So here you need to enter certain data. Okay, like what is the payment method, what is the like house bank, from which house bank you want to make the payment, from which account ID, from which check lot. Check lot is nothing but your checkbook. Okay, so we will do this step in the tomorrow's class, not today's class. Just cancel this, I'll remove it. We can issue the checks later on also. Just today we will learn how to make the payment run. Okay, so tomorrow we will understand this, all the variant creation and all. Okay, so up to this, whatever the data we entered, parameter, additional log, and these two are the important right now. So only these two you enter it and click on save and go back to the status tab. So when you go to status tab, see here it is turned to the green color. So parameters have been entered. So after that, the next step is, see here, let me go to my Excel, and we have just entered the parameter. So this step is done. The second step is create proposal. So here, how do we create a proposal? Click on this schedule proposal. Click on that, and here date, start date and time. If you want to run this proposal in some time later, maybe tomorrow or maybe today only, but after some time, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, 5 hours later, then you can enter the specific time and date. Okay, but I want to run it immediately, then click on the start immediately button. Okay, and then click on schedule. Now what happens, the system will start executing the program from the backend with these parameters. Whatever the data we entered, for that data the system will start executing the program to execute the payment run. So proposal is running. Just click on enter button, or you click on the status button, so that the system will keep on executing from backend, and once the execution is done, then here you get a message, payment proposal has been created. So this is payment proposal is successfully executed, or payment proposal is created. Now how do we make sure this proposal is successful or this proposal is failure, or it has some kind of errors. So how do we check that? So we can go to this proposal log. Okay, so when you click on this proposal log, so here we have lot of errors. What is that? See, now job started, step number 1, and in this step number, yeah, ignore these 3 lines, guys, because this is a common error. We have some issues. We will understand that later on. Okay, next. Now additional log for the vendor. See, in this execution, okay, so all the other vendors are having some of the other issue. The payment, like what is that other issues? Only why this system is considering 50010 vendor only, because only this vendor has got due documents, but the remaining vendors, whatever vendors we have, those all are not due. That's why it is not considering here in this execution. Only this vendor is meeting the documents due date consideration. That's why only for this vendor the system is considering for the payment run. But there is some issues in this vendor also. Even though the documents are available, open items are available, and document is due, but there is some problem. We will see that what is the problem. Okay, just keep on moving down. So here in this vendor, the system is trying to find the document number. So this is the document number, and this is the amount. Correct? The amount in this vendor is document number. This has amount of 5 lakh, and this is the document is considered. Now when it comes to payment method selection additional log, the system is trying to find some error. What is that? Payment method selection for the item due now to the amount of rupees 5 lakh, and the payment method I is been checked. The system is checked the I payment method. The bank details are being checked. The customer vendor these are read. See, there are log will generate. See, in order to generate this log, we selected that. So just read this message. You will understand why it is not processed or why it is not executed successfully. Just keep on reading it. So here we have some option. What is this? Our bank account ICICI Bank is red. Check. For currency INR, okay, the amount 1 lakh rupees is planned. So you remember while creating or while configuration, the amount available we have entered is 1 lakh rupees, correct? But right now we are making the payment of 5 lakh. The system has only 1 lakh rupees. I mean, my ICICI Bank has only 1 lakh rupees balance, but I am trying to make 5 lakh. Does it possible? No. That's why the system has failed. Available amount is too small. 1 lakh rupees. INR still available, but 5 lakh rupees is necessary. House bank is selected. No permitted payment method exists. So information this vendor is failed. The payment not possible because of the reported error. See, like this you will get an error. So you need to analyze this type of errors. Whenever any end users, see, end users, they do not know why it is happening. What is this error? They will simply take the error message and they will send it to the respective team. So usually the error message will be belongs to VMD team or invoice processing team or any other team. But even though all the team members are failed to check why it is not happening, then it will come to you as a consultant. So we as a consultant, we have to check all this like log. And now by looking at this message, we understood, okay, this error is because of the amount insufficient. Now what is the solution for this? So go back and delete this. And end users, whenever the failure happens, they have to delete it, because what happens is, if at all you solve the issue and if you execute this proposal again, then there may be failure because your vendor number is stuck in this execution. That's why it will be failed again. So you have to delete this proposal. Just go to edit, click on the proposal and click on this delete and say yes. So this payment proposal is failed. Okay, now we already informed, like as end users, they have informed to consultants, they have raised a ticket. Now when it comes to you as a ticket, now what is your solution? You must know that. So I know the issue is because of that FBZP settings. I will go back to my FBZP setting and I will go to my bank determination and I'll go to position. My company code is S001. Select this line. So here is the available amount field. So double click. So here only 1 lakh is available. But if I make it as 999, something huge number if I enter, then the payment run will not fail. Okay, so this is one of the error you will get in the support project. Yeah, this is maybe or may not be, because most of the time the companies will maintain the balance. Okay, but if at all the balance is out of insufficient, then this type of errors may come. Now what is the next step? So once you resolve that error, then you need to close the ticket and you need to inform the end users to run the payment run once again. So the end users again, they will come back to this T code. The parameters is already entered. Now they will simply execute the proposal. Just click on this proposal, start immediately, click on this continue, and your payment proposal is now executed. Now again go to this option and now you check whether, yeah, see, now that error is not coming. See, if you are getting this square box, means it is successful. If you are getting this document, like this is a proposed document number, okay, if this proposed document number is coming, it means your proposal is successfully executed. See, now the system is trying to find the data. Payment method I is being checked, and here we have a lot of HDFC. Okay, why it is HDFC is taking? Did we enter HDFC bank, guys? I think yes, maybe somewhere we entered HDFC wrongly. Okay, let it be. So we will understand that later on. So our bank, ICICI Bank, is checked. For currency INR, the 9999 amount is planned, but available amount is enough. Okay, and still available. See, this much of amount is available, but now we required 5 lakh is necessary. So we have that sufficient fund. Okay, house bank is selected. Our bank details, ICICI Bank is used. Bank details of this one is partner with the bank. This is our bank account number. I think we made a mistake in the house bank configuration, bank master data configuration. So we must have entered this description instead of ICICI. So that's why it is coming here. So don't worry about that. Just ignore it. Then payment method I is being permitted. Then posting documents additional log. So system is trying to post one proposed document with the journal entry. What is the entry? So here is a journal entry. So your vendor account debit and your bank account is credit. See here the 20001, my bank ICICI Bank GL account is considered. So vendor account debit and your bank GL account is credit. Okay, so this is just a proposal. Just go back, just click on escape or click on back, it will go back. And if you want to see something like display proposal, click on this. Here also you can able to see the data like my document number, value date, document currency, vendor number, vendor name. Okay, so all this data will come here. Okay, if you want to double click, you can double click and check also. So here is all the data. So double click on that. So here you can able to see. So everything is good now. Just go back. And yeah, one more thing I want to show. So here in this payment execution, vendor is this, currency is this, payment method is I, house bank is considered is ICICI, account ID is ICICI. If this is blank, then your payment run will fail. The payment run will be failure. Okay, just go back, go back. See, now your proposal is successfully executed. Now we can continue to execute the third step, the payment run. Third step is run the payment or payment run. So click on this payment run tab or option, start immediately because I want to run it immediately, and click on continue. So again here also the payment the system will execute the program from backend with the data, some whatever available proposed data, and payment run is still running. So payment run is scheduled. You will get this type of message. Just click on this status button, and somehow the payment run is failed. Why it is failed? You can see payment run has been cancelled. See why it is cancelled. So there are some issues from backend. What would be the issue? So how do we check that? So earlier we checked in the proposal log, but now this is a payment run, so it will come in the payment log. Go to payment log and check what is that issue. The log for the payment run is this, and no check can be made, something message. In the company code S001, the document number range 20 is missing. Are you getting, guys? What is the issue? Can anyone tell me what is the issue here? Exactly. Now what is the solution? How do we do this? Again, end users, they don't know what is the issue here. They will simply raise a ticket and they will assign to you. Now you as a consultant, you have to create the number range for that company code. Okay. The number range 20 is missing in your company code S001. That's the reason the failure is happened. Now what is the solution? Now as usual, we should delete this payment execution data, delete this output, say yes, and now go back to your payment document number range. Okay, so OBA7 is a T code, and go to document type ZP. So we assign the ZP document type, right, in the FBZP. So for this ZP document type, so number range 20 is missing. So click on this number range information, enter your company code S001, go to this edit button, and 20 is missing. Okay, so we have to enter the number range 20. So 1600 will copy this and we will enter it here. 17 to 17999. Save it, continue. Now what happened? I have maintained the number range successfully. Just say yes, exit, 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 exit. Now again you execute. Like once you complete that number range maintenance, you can inform to the end users, or you can close that ticket and you can inform to the end users to execute this payment run again. Now as an end user, they will again come to this proposal and they will click on this payment run and click on start immediate, click on schedule and see. Now the payment run is successfully executed. Got it? See, if you get this posting orders, one generated, one completed, it means your payment run is successfully executed. Okay, now I want to see the document number. Just go to this display payment run log, and here job started, step number 1. So additional log for the vendor, this, so because this is the only one vendor which has successful data, and posting is, see, now the posting document or the payment document 17000 posted in the company code S001. The entry is vendor account debit, your bank account credit. Okay, and if you go back to your vendor line item, so this was the invoice, sorry, not this, just come down. Okay, this was the vendor 50010 was having open item, correct? So this 160001 was in open. If I refresh, go to list and refresh, see that vendor is now no more open item. See that same document 16001 is in cleared item. Okay, with this document is cleared with the clearing document number. Where is that clearing document number? Just go little right. Okay, here the last one. Okay, let me take this to the beginning, go to change, and I'll make it as where you can keep it. We can make it as 8th position. Copy, save this layout, save it, continue. Okay, see now what happened, whatever the invoice we have paid, okay, so that document is, this is my invoice, and this document is cleared with clearing document number here. This is the clearing document number. Okay, this document is cleared with my clearing document number, this 17000. Okay, so if you want to see the journal entry, then here same document number is also available here. Double click and click on this overview, and here is my journal entry, vendor account debit, bank account credit. Okay, and if you want to see here in this 16001 my original KR document, double click, and here also we can able to see clearing on 8th of August, and clearing document number is this. Okay, and yeah, this is how the payment run will work in SAP. automatic payment pro. See, right now we have only one vendor which has very good data, but if you have hundreds of vendors which has all the correct data, then all the hundreds of invoices will be paid at a time. Okay, any questions? Okay, good. That's all for today, guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.